And there's some peel here, right? Like the Xinjiao and Sion. There's also Azir. But the coordination is going to, again, have to be there to keep Guma safe. He does not have a tank support with him in this.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. Also a little bit worried about this fight that is starting to break out. 4 versus 4 in the river as they just dive on top of Pyosik. He flashes out of the way though as Kanavi is now the one in trouble. Can Pyosik actually escape? The answer is no as Gumayusi picks up first blood. Kanavi likely to go down now though as Dokdom collects one for himself. The barrier is going to be used here as Peter with a great pulverizing closer will be able to take down Guma. Flash out there as Zeka gets him to safety, but a 1 for 2 in favor of DNS.
The ones to pull the trigger first were DNS, and that gave him a huge inherent advantage at the beginning of that fight.
Level 6 gain, Shockwave now available for closer. It should mean that DNS are able to grab themselves this first dragon, especially with Peter clearing out all of the vision. So DNS actually just going from strength to strength in this game, looking to reach about a 1,000 gold lead, and a great start in this game with compositions that are pretty evenly matched as we wait till later on in the game, right? Like the carry potential of both an Orianna and a Sivir certainly skyrocket as the game goes on.
Closer is doing just that. It's kind of naturally pulling up a significant gold lead here. He picked up a kill in that earlier skirmish, so he's just going to continue to maintain a lot of prio in this lane, as we do have a bit of a maybe contest here, late TP.
Yeah, there's a pulverize onto 2 here as Peter makes his way forward. Crescent Guard comes down though as a Cataclysm to bring Pyosik back in as Dudu is coming on over, but Zeka's gonna get here first. Closer making his way in as well. Can he find it as, okay, there is one of them as Shockwave hits onto 2 DNS. Throw down the Wombo combo and grab a couple of kills.
Right now is what it looks like, Atlas.
Yeah, that's, you know, and that's balance in all things. That's how it's supposed to be. It's all right. We're knocking each other up here between the 2 supports, but a headbutt back onto Delight. And he is just food for Dokdom.
What is going on? He is ended up getting caught there in the river where there is an immaculate amount of vision.
Yeah.
In this dragon.
And
or around this dragon.
That's a free double dragon to come on through as well. And with an Infernal Soul on the rift.
With Sivir.
Oh dear.
And with Orianna? Yeah, that actually almost
sick.
happened, I think, but he did not quite have it in time.
Man, I want him to flash so that he can do that again. Double pulverize to come through here from Peter. But no one there to really do too much about it. Flag damage there from Pyosik as now Kanavi's going in. Surprise. As now Dokdom on the hunt, looking for a bit of an angle here, but there's the flash in. The quickness onto 3. Empress Divide onto all of them. And it's Gumayusi that's wiping the floor with DNS. Flashes for everyone. But Kanavi should be able to finish off Pyosik, and HLE on the board in a big way.
Yeah, they certainly deleted a lot of that massive gold lead that DNS were putting together with this one. I think they might, if they can identify. I mean, look, there's no Varus ult, there's no Delight ult here. The problem is Closer can't get in.
Dudu has teleport, so he's going to take this first turret of the game and then look to teleport in. He does so right now. Closer now going to get thrown back here as he flashes on top of Zeka. Don't know about that one as he's now running away. There's a pulverize. No, it's a Crescent Guard from Kanavi as he does manage to take down the dragon. Kills the cow as well as Dokdom has to flash out of the fight, but it's a disaster for DNS. And HLE will do exactly what they want in this game. Rift Herald also running amok. As Dudu and Dokdom, I don't think they're going to be able to do too much here, as Kanavi doing his favorite thing and driving the Rift Herald into this outer turret.
They had the setup, and I mentioned that Zeka needs to be strong in sides in this game. He has a big responsibility in this one, but he has Closer pinned down to get through the mid game. They're utilizing it incredibly well thus far.
Yeah. And now Gumayusi has a loss. Whisper, he just managed to complete his Muramana as well as Kanavi. Once again going in, surprise, surprise, finds a pulverize onto 2 though, does Peter, as Gumayusi looking to try and answer this one. Chains of Corruption connects onto Closer, and he's the target. Quickness charms him up, and down goes the Orianna. As now Dokdom, the next one on the menu here. Kanavi not quite able to find the wind, becomes lightning, but I don't think Dokdom's going to be able to do too much, as he does have the spell shield. That's going to work. Takes down Delight to start this one off, but Gumayushi's got enough damage, and down will go the Sivir.
They fumbled so much of this mid-game that now Hanwha Life Esports have this insanely strong Azir. The Varus is out of control, and Pyosik is trying to do something. Oh boy.
Nice pullback there. Pyosik has to flash to get himself to safety. As in goes Kanavi, gets headbutted back, but I don't know about that. for DNS as there's the knockups, as down will go Dom. Empress Divide doesn't do too much here as Dudu's able to avoid it with the Void Rush, but I just don't know whether he's going to survive, and the answer is absolutely not. Double kill comes through for Kanavi on this hit down. It should be Baron.
Every single fight that DNS lose, they get like one kill back. You're like, aha, I got Delight. And this time we got Guma, got a shutdown, but it's not a trade up. The Baron goes over. In each and every one of these fights, Hanwha Life gets stronger and stronger. And unfortunately, this might have been for DNS, backbreaking loss of the team fight, because for Hanwha Life Esports, changing the identity of the storyline was set up a little bit here today.
Well, let's see whether HLE can hold on to this Dragon here. As Kanavi and Delight, the only ones really in the area as Zeka does blast going his way over. There's the quickness into the backline. They look for closer, and there's the Chains of Corruption from Gumayusi. Hail of Arrow is going to help Zeka take this one down. As Peter with the Unbreakable Will trying to keep himself alive. A massive knockup from Dudu, though, as he takes out Zeka. He's still at full health, but so is HLE as they look to chase down DNS. Dom does have a big old shield with the barrier. Now Zeus looking to hold him down, but the Q isn't going to land, and Gumayusi is still firing the shots. Dudu's trying to take out the Scion here, and he's not going to be able to get through the shield. Dom trying to get away, and he should be able to do so here as he gets out of the brush. Wanted to actually try and kill Gumayusi here, as Dudu, I don't think he's going to be able to seek this prey, as the Dragon's still up, ladies and gentlemen.
After this as well, trying to look for Guma. It does not pan out, but it was so close. See, he goes in the brush here, wants to get that damage on the Q return. It's almost enough, but Dudu cannot get the gap closed there.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work.
Really double means that this next Dragon is not Infernal Soul for Hanwha Life Esports. So DNS could opt to try to just buy some additional time for that IE to come through. But it is a pretty tough margin, I think. And all the stats you get from triple Infernal Dragon is going to really add up anyways if you give that Dragon over. They defend the Baron, like Hanwha Life Esports wanted to trap them there. They set up all that vision, but DNS just farmed and played slow, but played defensively and prevented Hanwha from starting it. They'll have to give the Dragon up, and that's so painful.
Yeah.
But there is still a chance.
Zeus now pushing in towards this bottom side. It's Closer that goes over to try and answer, because he's the one that still has that teleport available, but Zeus should be able to take this out of inner turret, pretty comfortably.
They did ultimately, you know, make that swap I was talking about because of the teleport situation, but it means that exactly what's going to happen. They need to send Scion up there. He is coming over. Dom has to run as fast as he can back to this fight.
Maybe he has to ult to get himself over here as Kanavi going for the engage onto Dudu. Peter finding the pulverize onto Zeka in the backline as now Closer throws out the shockwave, but it's onto Zeka, who had already gone into stasis, and they take down the counter, start this one off. Zeus is tanking so well, but Dom with these 4 items complete is terrifying. Boomerang is, Pyoshik not quite hitting the Cataclysm, but there's the knockup from Dudu, who gets into the backline to take down Zeka, but there is Dom falling as well. Gumayusi doing so much damage in this fight. Double knockup once again, as Closer is the one that needs to stay alive, but he doesn't. It's Gumayusi that holds the distance, and Dudu is just getting kited around the map and cannot do anything with Zeus the Beefcake in the front line.
If there was ever going to be a redemption game for Kuma Sunahara earlier this week, this was going to be it. He did so much work in this fight.
Certainly is, and he's got all of the items. That's as many as you can possibly put together. All right, another team fight to come on through here as Closer takes another piercing arrow that just does so much damage. Into the backline does go Dudu, looking for the angle there as Pyoshik with the Cataclysm, but he gets charmed up and taken down to the GA. And you can see Zeus just buying so much space. Empress Divide onto Dudu and onto Peter, and Zeus finally will go down. The cinders fly, but down goes Dom as well, and Peter will follow. HLE just getting a little too big to fail now, as Zeus absolutely doing his job, and Dudu the last man standing.
And of course, Kuma gets the objective with that massive damage. I don't even remember what that item is called. I'm looking it up right now. Bastion Breaker.
That's why you don't remember, because it's got a silly name. It should just be called Weird Metal Pickaxe Item. That's probably what the name should be.
If you're PvPing, you're suddenly PvEing right afterwards really hard.
Well, this is going to be inhibited down in the mid lane, and with only Dudu there, I thought HLE might be going for the end, but they decide not to.
Maybe Dom was going to be able to carry this game in 2 fights. I think it might just be over. Big shockwave.
Yeah, Dudu is trying to survive, and oh, Chains of Corruption is going to snag Closer, and he's just popped like a balloon. Piercing Arrow does exactly that, and that is a dead Orianna. Now you've got Zeka going in, looking for Doctom. Great spell shield though, as Zeka will have to go golden to keep himself alive. Can the Sivir get enough worked on? That's the question, as down will go at least the Azir to start this one off, and that is massive damage as HLE Hail of Arrows finishes him off, and that is going to put an end to DNS here in game number 1. Gumayusi is hungry for that kill onto Pyosik, but he is relegated to the fountain, and he may just even die. Chains of Corruption comes on in, flag and drag for fun, and flashes out of the way, but it's not going to change the outcome of this game, as the Nexus will go down, and HLE go up 1-0.
Best in the early game performing mid-jungle duo in LCK Cup thus far, Zeka and Kanavi. And so there's just not a lot of agency in the early game here. Then you have a front line with this Cassante, but it's an Ezreal comp with Wukong and Nico. Zeus is so close to being able to kill him actually with Between Worlds, but he respects it and backs away.
Yep.
First Dragon goes over to Pyosik actually. Then I think it's a completely different story. Now a plate will go to the Ahri, but the plate will also go over to Zeus here in the top lane at the same time, unrelated.
Yep. Pyosik moves on over, wants to be able to grab this last grub that Zeus is going to be a little bit annoying about, but with a smite, Pyosik is absolutely fine, able to lock that one down.
Yeah, it's ruining my day.
Well, certainly going to continue doing so here if he lets him, as now Zeus going to get thrown out of his Between Worlds. Looks for some weirding here, but going all out is Dudu, finds the flash, but there is the blast cone. Dudu avoids it though, so he doesn't get further away, and he finds the Q. Max range, that's the Dusante!
Absolute insanity, and the timing of the all out during the Between Worlds. 3 to snipe him. That's as far. He's like, I'm a range champion at this one specific moment. Just look at that.
Oh.
As he's trying to go Between Worlds, gets pulled in. Blast Cone helps him survive for now.
That sidestep was revolt. That was blind.
He's just like, how do you like playing against a ranged top laner?
Yeah, man, that was everything he did there was perfect. Now that this return is done, he is just able to walk at Zeus over and over
they're
again.
Gonna get double dragon again potentially here. Prio is closers right now with his ultimate up. Very difficult to challenge this dragon. If you're HLE, I think DNS are just gonna get it.
Let's see whether Kanavi can do anything. The answer is no. He's just going to be backing in the Tri-Brush. Decides to cancel it. Let's see whether they can find an angle as Doctom. Oh dear, there it is. Cease and desist can come down, but he swaps targets to the clone. I'm not sure about that one, as now Closer comes in, but there's a seismic shove. And Zeka is going to stop that one from happening. To do work, as Zeka is going to have his back stopped. A little bit frustrating there.
That exchange is just Herald here for DNS, so you know, there was a reason behind the collapse there, and when Closer used his ult, Pyosik was like, let's see what we can get. They get the whole Herald out of this for free, basically, and they'll even get a Scuttle.
Oh, free crab on the side? Oh, did he manage to get it? I think he managed to get it.
I could not see, actually.
Some money did pop up, so I'm not going to say that the zoom in was necessary here, as Zeus might be in a little trouble.
He did avoid everything so far. Let's see what he can do next.
Yep, going Between Worlds here as Closer throws out the Orb of Deception, and I think Zeus may be dead, as Rock in a Hard Place doesn't really tell the story, as Peter will take a lot of damage, but will be able to make it out safely.
A Rock Hard Plays, Charms, Pop Blossom, and Wukong.
Yeah.
No Cyclone in this case was not employed, but that is going to be the bottom turret going down. An interesting place to drop it. Well, in fact, it will be a Talia ult going down. Oh,
yeah.
No way.
Oh, he's going to reposition and still get the charge. Oh, no.
All right, this is going to have to be the first WA TV Talia wall segment of the year.
He doesn't talk too much about sheets, because that makes us a little bit nervous. As Doctom.
He's going to start the next desk off with a clean slate, Atlas.
Yes, and I hope he does hold up a sheet to explain what he was actually talking about prior. Taking some plates down as Pyosik just by himself going to be securing this third Drake.
Zeus is going to get a turret for Hextech Soul Point. I guess that's all they can really get here is... we did supposed to do this one.
We're going to get Zeka TV.
Eh?
예?
Yeah. Agreed.
아, 모션 먹어야 되는데.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to stop it, and he did not.
There we go. All right. Well, Gumiushi did manage to soak the majority of the Mystic shots in lane, and so is struggling here a little bit. There's a cease and desist. They just blow up Doctor. Goodbye. That's what happens if you hit all of the Mystic shots onto Gumiushi. You just die. Kanavi just says goodbye to you.
I mean, if you put something in front of Kanavi's face, you dangle a carrot.
Yeah.
He will bite.
He will bite, yes. And you, if you're scratching your head as to why, then the joke's on you. As double ulti going to connect here from Delight between worlds, and down goes the Nico. Zeka just bouncing around his circle, and Dudu will survive. But he is looking a little worse for wear, and HLE just coming alive here in this mid-game.
Yeah, that's very likely.
Yeah, Crocodiles survive because they have bad hearing. That's why. All right, HLE setting up to try and deny this Hextech Soul. Great charm connects onto Kanavi. He does manage to get Mikhails, but into the backline goes Peter. Finds 3 with the Pop Blossom, but the massive damage from this Aurora comes on through. Pioshik looking to try and find an angle, though. It's a magical journey, gets Delight to safety, and Zeus now finds himself alone. Dudu getting thrown around like a ragdoll, but he is a very healthy ragdoll who goes all out onto Zeka looking for the angles here. Does get flung back though and will be taken out as Closer doesn't quite manage to find it, and the flash forward from Gumiushi. He sees his target's vulnerable and he takes him down. As DNS, they do have a couple of members left alive, and it looks like we will have another dragon fight.
Yeah, it does look that way.
Because we do have DNS coming back up, sir. Oh, it's the steal! That's going to be Hextech Soul! As Pioshik finally shows up here at the perfect time. Takes out Kanavi as well. And DNS, I mean, they fell off the horse, but you know what you have to do, Wolf? You just jump back in that saddle and you start riding away. And that's precisely what they did.
Is all you need. Now we're starting Baron. Kanavi's dead.
Oh, God. Okay. DNS really looking to try and
Ezreal
make
is
use of this.
pretty good with Hextech Soul.
Does find a Pop Blossom onto Zeus. It's not the Hextech gate he wanted to take as he tries to go between the worlds, but unfortunately, DNS is on every side of the world. Take down this inner turret as well in the mid lane. Things getting very dark on Summoner's Rift for HLE. And DNS have just
TP flank.
Sidestep there as Doctor might be able to dive on over as Zeus gets on in. Does do a fair bit of damage there, takes 50% of the health bar of the Ezreal as Kanavi moves over. Pop Blossom to hold onto him. True Shot Barrage to do a fair bit of damage, but Peter now without an ultimate. Teleport does come in from the Ahri though, as Closer looking for a flank angle. Dudu is a little worse for wear though, and this is an awkward fight as Zeus dives around the battlefield. Zeka in trouble though as Pioshik gets the Cyclone onto Gumiushi, who's down to 50%. Down goes Zeus as he takes matters into his own hands. And unfortunately, DNS have Hextech Soul.
And they are going to come over for a contest. Kanavi does have Flash. He's also Vi, but I think the timing is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, Dudu is at full health. He is so incredibly scary, but HLE, they could possibly get this one done as he steals it away! He might be denied an exit from the pit, but they get denied the Baron as well. Beautifully done here for HLE to try and hold on to their position in this game.
Is at least redeemed significantly from it.
And also, kind of ironically, Pioshik's lead was 1,400. As, all right, Zeus is dead, ladies and gentlemen.
He is
Closer just
0-6.
finds him.
He's 0-6 in this game. He's trying to be a playmaker, but it is just not working out. This blind Aurora pick. And that might cost them Elder in the game.
Yeah, well, it's serious time, Wolf. And he's playing. That's the unfortunate part. That's all right. I know how this one goes. DNS, they have a man advantage, but they may not necessarily have a smite advantage. So let's just see whether Kanavi can do it again.
I mean, he's on the edge. He's got vision in the pit. Maybe they should clear that this time.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for the turn. There's the flash charm onto Zeus. He does get Mikhails, but it does not quite work as Kanavi decides he wants to go in, desperately trying to save the play, and it does not work. Peter keeps himself alive. Gumiushi takes the magical journey, has to flash, as there is the Tempered Fate to try and buy some space, but the Elder is picked up. True Shot Barrage, and the Dragon descends from the skies to get some revenge here for Doc Dom.
Better revenge.
That is all she wrote, Wolf.
Bit of revenge there for Duckers, as you said. Took the words right out of my mouth. Feeling pretty good about that one. He'll interrupt his back in this case. As Zeus does respawn here, but is only desperately going to try to clear the wave to buy time.
Well, you'll see whether it won't work. The Dragon's angry, and Pioshik is going to
he clears the wave
on to the Aurora. He did in fact do that.
He gives them a second lease on life here, although I don't know how big the lease really is. They still have Elder, and they are killing the other things on the map.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the game, but it did stop the game from ending right then.
It was correct. It just didn't really matter necessarily.
Yeah. Kind of cute. Let's see whether they have another team fight in them as between worlds goes Zeus once again. Does do a little bit of chip damage as Dr. taking a fair bit as well as Gumayushi getting slowed down. Man, Hextech Soul is stupid. It really is frustrating.
It's really crazy when you have that and the Elder.
Yeah, they have kind of all of the things. Baron's going to be up in 2 minutes' time. They've got 30 seconds left of Elder. And Dr. Arcane shifts over the Weaver's wall. And they were able to break open the base here.
Slow and steady. I mean, he has Soreldas on top of all of this. Like, this game should not be losable here for DNS.
That pit. As Voltbreaker getting charged. Zeka taking a fair bit of damage here from the poke out of DNS. As Pyosik over the wall, Dudu just tanking up the Baron.
Pyosik's positioning here really strong.
Oh, Pop Blossom finds Gumayushi and Zeus as well. Guma goes into the Tempered Fate, Delight trying to keep him safe, but Dudu will jump on top of him. Goes all out to take him down. Closer is dead as well, though, as Pyosik gets into that back line. And Delight looking a little worse for wear, but HLE, they are backing away. They have lost Guma, but they've traded 1 for 1. And if you're losing by this much, 1 for 1 ain't bad.
Some way playable.
Well, a second Elder Dragon, Wolf. Let's see whether that is going to be enough to change the tables, as Kanavi could be in trouble. Another Cyclone from Pyosik. True Shot Barrage, a lot of damage.
And the slow.
And Kanavi just barely survives. As it's a hot cup of cocoa delivered from Delight to help him out there. But now he has to go back.
Yeah, I mean, he's not
so
dead.
That should be free Elder.
He's not dead, but he's effectively dead because he cannot
He's not dead, but he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, Tempered Fate is going to make the Elder golden.
Buy time, buy time. Hexgate in, Kanavi, come on.
Oh, dear. So that is second Elder Dragon for DNS. Exodia together right now.
It's Exodia with Hextech Soul and the 4 Drake to 0. It could only be more Exodia if they had 3 grubs to end these turrets' lives.
Oh, yeah, true. Can't be true. No, but Exodia is 3, isn't it? No, wait. Isn't Exodia 5? I didn't play enough Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not going to lie to you.
It is 5.
Yeah, we need
left.
I need
foot,
Kangas.
left
Where's Kangas?
Arm,
he's
right
the
foot, right
Yu-Gi-Oh!
arm.
guy.
Yeah. And then the Forbidden One himself.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Oh, Dr. I don't know about that. Dr.
He doesn't get shoved, and he has GA.
He has a GA. But, like, that was still very
Like I said, that was unlosable. Unlosable.
Oh, stop it, Wolf.
Unlosable situation.
I've seen almost takes him down as he gets back towards the fountain. Oh, closer! He will just get 1-2 punch, but Kanavi's going to get answered. Zeus goes down as well. First Nexus turret to fall. Dr. and Dudu now standing back, but that could have gone way, way worse.
I mean, they have the cannon minion here. The top wave is super far away.
I mean, DNS have Exodia, Wolf. They have that should be game over.
Yeah, I think it will be because Dudu shows back up.
That's a lot of health bar. My goodness, he has so much health bars. Okay, Peter almost dead. As Gumayushi sitting at full health here. Dr. looks for the angle, has to flash to get out of the way. The seismic shove. Dudu is basically immortal in this game. Just hit the Nexus. Dr. just hit the Nexus. As the dragon comes down from the sky, Dudu almost dies to the fountain, but DNS bring us to 3 games.
They do bring us to 3. Jungle attention might have to be paid up there, and if Guma takes teleport, which he definitely should, you know, it's gonna be hard to punish there on the bottom side, so I think we'll see getting more of that Fury. I think it's the right call to step away once that Conqueror sound effect is heard. As Closer knows that this Rise has no ghost.
Oh god, yeah. Closer just looking for it, finds the Twin Fang, and that is just a solo first blood for Closer.
I didn't need a roaming support to get this one. Really nicely.
Check it out one more time.
Just as, like, if you're going to try to be aggressive here, let's play that game, sure.
Yeah, he just walked at him and did Twin Fangs.
Yeah, he was like, all right, I'm going to press W. Have any prio ever, and that's going to be Dragon. Started up at least.
Well, Zeus having to deal with Dudu, who's having a bit of fun on his Aatrox. Actually, some of the best Dudu moments that we've had. Obviously, everyone knows the Dusante that we did just see.
You mentioned it's volatile. I think the observers agree.
Well, Kanavi and Zeka both up here towards his top side, but Pyosik is going to join, and he just says, please leave, everyone, and they won't. They'll just kill him instead. Kanavi almost dead, though, as Dudu looking for some knockups. Closer here just a little too late. Zeus moving over here to help take down these grubs. Kanavi should be able to munch these ones.
It's tough.
We'll be able to secure it.
Tough to dive bottom side here as a cross, especially when they're on control vision here. It's going to take so long to actually set this up. Guma does not have flash. They are going to try to do it anyways. I mean, Delight has ult. He is Nautilus, so he can root them.
Yeah, does also have Aftershock as in goes Peter. They want to kill this Ziggs. Let's see whether they can actually find him. There's the onslaught of shadows, but down goes Peter. And Pyosik now at full health.
Ulting Hecarim and all that.
There were a lot of bad guys.
Kanavi is a bad guy.
He is. And he's going to be able to throw down a parking cone here. There's a Subjugate as well. And Dudu is just dead. Sliced and diced. Turned into sushi.
To be clear, I mean, from Dudu's perspective, this is going to be, looks like another potential Dragon take here for DNS. There's a contest, though. Peter on the flank. Yeah,
Moonlight Vigil does go down, but there's the hook on to Darkdarm. Has to flash out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. The bouncing bomb's flying forward as well, but it's Delight to go down first. Petrifying Gaze, and it's a double here for Pyosik. As Zeus has eyes only for Darkdarm, but he's not able to get up to him. And Pyosik is now just moving forward. The flash from Dudu as well doesn't find the Q, but Pyosik pounces on the Crocodile. And Zeker and Gumayusi, I don't think they're going to have enough to be able to take them down, although these health bars are so low. Infernal Chains, not going to be enough. And that's the kill over to the Rel of all people. As Darkdarm needs to try and fight this Dragon, as there's the satchel. It gets a little bit distracted, does the Dragon, but Pyosik smites it down. And Gumayusi just being frustrated. No one really wants to fight him right now, as it's a Hextech Soul once again. I think Peter is just dead. Gumayusi will finally be able to take him down, I assume. But the crashdown comes on forward. Oh no.
Hextech Gate.
He takes the Hextech Gate to safety. Technology really has come a long way.
Darkdarm does not have his summoner spell.
Yeah, what about AD Carries just dying? That could be a thing that happens here, as he's got Infernum and Severum not really helping out here, and it's just going to be a bonk to the noggin to take him down. Kill away was a little bit sad, but still, this Aatrox is going to be pretty scary. Darkdarm does have red-white, but I don't know whether that's going to be enough to actually do anything here, as he's just eaten by Kanavi again.
So the question we had was, will they be able to kill this Aphelios? They did not on the Dragon fight.
Zeka he was almost out, but now he's pretty dead.
Yeah, it sounded...
As the horses just canter on top of him. Oh no.
It sounded like he was going to be able to complete the recall, but
that's what I thought too.
I guess not.
Well, Dominus, World Ender, we've got ultimates coming out here from both of our top laners, as Dudu is just thinking that maybe no is going to be his answer for whether or not he wants to fight, as there are a lot of people making their way up towards his top side. As Hextech Minefield goes down, and Dudu, I think, is just dead. Depth Charge might be enough to finish him off, but Gumayusi, he has the damage. 2 plates immediately taken down here as Pyosik might be in trouble as he takes about 1 billion turret shots. Onslaught of Shadows to try and get him to safety, but he gets smote. The Magnet Storm is not enough to save the horse, and Darkdarm, oh dear, he is once again the target, and he is once again dead.
Delight is having a game.
He is.
He is everywhere. He's hitting these max range.
Not this one. As HLE looking to take down this Rift Herald, they should be able to do so pretty comfortably. Kanavi with the King's Tribute gets full health immediately afterwards. Feels pretty cool there as Moonshot discovers Gumayusi and Delight.
Gonna be maybe a turret going down for Closer if he gets some additional time. Not gonna be around to defend this one though, so could just straight up be a trade. It looks like that is going to be the case. Yep, it takes him a little bit of time to clear that wave, but I think he should get it. Full prio. They have Ghost and ult for Pyosik, so this is, I think, the last stand here for DNS. If they mess this fight up, if they cannot win this one cleanly, okay with the trade, because Zeka could just use his ult to get into this fight at any moment here. And DNS are going to have to find an angle with Peter, or just leave, question mark? I guess they're just going to say, look, I mean, this is just not viable. It was checkmate. Nice try.
And Rift Herald puts that together next, as he does have a possible angle. There is the Onslaught of Shadows as he gets on top of Gumayusi. He flashes away. Hextech Minefield is there though, and down goes the horse with 0 response from DNS. As Dudu now looking for it against Zeus here. Hits basically everything that he wants to, but does still have to get himself out as Peter crashes over the wall. That is going to keep him safe.
It looked like a huge opportunity for Pyosik and crew. There's just no follow-up.
Yeah.
Guma flashed. Iconic wins in the LCK have been with this champion in late game scenarios where he saves the game. Dudu.
Yeah, there's the Umbra Dash flash, but unfortunately there's a cone, and sometimes a cone is all you need. And that is what takes down Dudu yet again. It's completed though. Those scaling ones are now done. But HLE are just taking an inner turret here towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think that this is not really the trade that DNS wants, but it's the only trade that HLE will allow.
Yeah.
Wants to get on top of the champions with that ability.
Well, DNS not turning their attention towards this mid lane, wanting to get control there as the Dragon Going down lower and lower. Zeus and Dudu just fighting off to the side. Minefield is put down there by Gumayushi. Zeus gets into the pit. Mega Inferno Bomb on top of DNS as they look for the angle. Dragon is secured here by HLE, but now the fight is on. Down goes Delight to start it off as red-white guns have been put together by Doctom. Zeka able to hold him in position with that rune prison though. And so it is just a kill and trade for the Dragon, and I think HLE...
The DNS need to win a fight. Even 5,000 gold lead here, be damned, is some setup here with Closer and Peter. Or maybe if the Hecarim can actually do something this game, it would be great.
Yeah, Peter is in trouble, does crash over the wall, has to flash to avoid that one. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down, and Peter is so close to dead. Zeus will be able to get it done as there's a Realm Warp. Petrifying Gaze onto 2, and the Onslaught of Shadows comes through as well. Doctom trying to get the damage down as he flashes out of the way. Good use of the Graviton there to peel for himself. Zeus just makes his way out. And Moonlight Vigil, I don't think that's going to quite be enough there. Zeus is pretty tanky. Still, it's a lot of things he can do from a very long range, but still not able to kill the Crocodile.
Is it enough to stop the Baron? I don't think so. Zeus needs to be careful, though.
Yeah, Kanavi is so incredibly healthy as well. He can tank this for days.
There's no engage. There's no way to get on top of Guma. He can actually stand in the front. He does not care. And I think that is just finally going to be the Baron going over here for Hanwha Life.
Yep. And they also got the flash out of Doctom as well as the Ghost. So next fight is going to be even easier on this Hextech Dragon.
You're like, well, that's it. We don't have any engage. We can't get them. We can't get the bad guys.
Well, this inhibitor turret is not long for the world. That's just going to blow up thanks to a satchel. Inhibitor is going to follow as well.
I mean, there were 2 in top lanes. They can just get this for free.
Yeah, teleport flank angle for the Cassiopeia of all champions as they take out 2 inhibitors.
They are kind of in an awkward spot here, though, with Closer's angle.
Yeah. As the Hex Gate for Zeus, he's on a pretty good flank angle as now Kanavi dives on top of the Snake Lady. Mega Inferno Bomb goes down and she will die. Onslaught of Shadows a little bit late in this one as Doctom is the target and he's swept up by Zeus. And HLE, I think, will now just parade towards the enemy Nexus and take it down. DNS, it was a decent start. They had that one good fight, but it's been all HLE the entire time since. 10,000 gold the lead, and they will be able to pick up the win here and make it 2-0 on the week.
HLE bouncing back strong.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.